What is a healthy organizational culture and how do I get one? Hey, everybody, I'm Christina Cummins, creator of the Turnover Solution Program. And after my last video, I received some questions about wanting more oomph, more meat about what a healthy organizational culture looks like. So that's what we're here talking about today. We're also going to give you the primary tip on how to promote healthy culture within your organization. Organizational cultures look vastly different, and even within the healthy range, they can look vastly different. But there's one common factor: leadership at every level is aligned in their values, in their view of what is healthy, what is not, what is expected, what is not. There is consistency there. And that consistency is then very clearly displayed to the frontline staff. I recently worked with an amazing CEO who was promoting mental well being within her organization. And one of the techniques she used was being very clear and open with her team that she uses an hour a week to go into her office uninterrupted and have her own mental health counseling session. So every week she would go into her office and say this, please guys don't interrupt me for the next 45, 55 minutes. I'm going into my counseling session with my therapist. This was amazing, but the message stopped there. So the people directly around her heard this message and knew very clearly that she saw strength in vulnerability of sharing that I need help too. We all do, and I respect that. I don't view it as a weakness. The directors that heard her, the rest of the C-suite that heard her, did not share with their direct reports her vulnerability. It was seen as a kind of intimate knowledge that they had of her, that they didn't want to go about sharing that with everyone in the whole organization because they never really had the full conversation that that's exactly what she wanted. She wanted everyone in the organization to know that she values and respects taking time out of our work week to see a mental health therapist. So the solution was just that, having those conversations. So she had the conversation with the rest of the C suite. The C suite had it with the directors, to the managers, to the supervisors, etc. Not only did the entire leadership become aligned on what was valued, eh, but the leadership also understood that they were setting the example and showing their own vulnerability in talking about how they receive help too. So the culture then became completely aligned with supporting mental health treatment. Of course, is there pushback? Is everybody ready to be vulnerable? No. But you work on that. And in the meantime, this CEO said, well, use my story. If you're not ready to be vulnerable, I understand. We'll work on that. You can use my story in talking to your staff about it. And the CEO, at every chance she could, she also started to have that conversation with the frontline staff. So she was sending that message out at every point she could. Ideas for points of conversation. How do you align the leadership on every single point? You don't. You just start with what's most important, with where you see the discrepancies in your culture or the lackings in your culture. So starting out with what you believe should be the cultural norms about mental health treatment, taking your paid time off, use of mental health days, when is acceptable to call out for mental health days, um, how the team should respond to someone being out and a team being short for call outs, or perhaps even turnover, what the team expectations are for how much other team members should shoulder when a team is short long term? These are all great questions to get you like jump started in this aligning of leadership. We're not going for perfection. It's kind of like parenting. You get it right like 30 to 50% of the time, you're good. You fall on your face, you take responsibility, you own it, you correct it by having the actual conversation. Apologies are usually helpful in that process too. Another topic I could go on about for 12 hours, but I won't. I'm going to stop here. I love talking leadership. I will put my email in the description below. So contact me if you want to chat. Have a great day, everyone.